Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review, and today it's on a documentary movie from 2020, and that is The Last Blockbuster. Now, the plot of this documentary movie, where you got these people here, and where you got these people starring Kevin Smith, Jamie Kennedy, and James Arnold Taylor, and throughout the documentary, they all talk about like the history of this video rental store called Blockbuster, and pretty much it talks about like the history of Blockbuster and of course the last surviving Blockbuster rental store on Earth, located in Bend, Oregon, and of course the manager is actually Sandy Harding, and Sandy Harding is actually the manager of the last surviving Blockbuster store. But yeah, and so. Yeah, so that's pretty much the basic plot of The Last Blockbuster. Now, what do I think of it? I actually watched this movie on Thanksgiving yesterday. I watched this Blu-ray and DVD on my MacBook Pro like yesterday, like last night after I had my Thanksgiving dinner or lunch, whatever. And for what it is, The Last Blockbuster is actually a really great documentary movie from 2020. It's also very awesome and also very interesting too. Because like I said, this documentary talks about like the history of Blockbuster, like how it was first founded and how to go out of business like nearly a decade ago. But I also learned from this documentary that Blockbuster didn't really go out of business because of Netflix, because there's many reasons why Blockbuster went out of business. It's not because of Netflix. It's actually because I think as you watch this documentary movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yes, I thought this documentary had a very interesting story on the history of because one of my favorite childhood stores I used to go to all the time, the Blockbuster, and of course this documentary is narrated by Lauren Lepkus. Yeah, also featuring the interviews of Doug Benson, and Ian Sky, Adam Brody, Kevin Smith, Jamie Kennedy, Brian Posehn, Paul Scheer, Sam Levine, and Ron Funches, and more. Yeah, and like I said, this documentary also stars James Arnold Taylor as well. But yeah, so when I was watching this documentary, I kind of felt like I was in my childhood again, like all that childhood nostalgia at Blockbuster, because Blockbuster was one of my favorite childhood stores besides the Disney store. And yeah, because The Last Blockbuster, this documentary features like clips from many movies, and yeah, and this documentary also had really very good songs as well, like almost like nostalgic songs, and also like near the end of the documentary, they played the Shrek song All Star. Yeah, that Shrek song All Star. Yeah, that song was actually featured in this documentary, and of course it had my jam as well. Like I was jamming out, like I was like, yeah. Yeah, and I will say, The Last Blockbuster is actually one of my new favorite movies of 2020 so far. Yeah, and I will say, I think The Last Blockbuster is so far my favorite documentary movie of all time. Yeah, that's for sure. So overall, The Last Blockbuster is a great documentary movie from 2020, and I'm gonna give The Last Blockbuster 5 out of 5 stars. Yeah. And if you haven't seen The Last Blockbuster yet, then I definitely recommend checking this documentary movie out. To all Blockbuster nostalgic movie fans out there, I definitely recommend checking out this documentary. It's very good. So there you have it, guys. So that's gonna be it for my movie review on The Last Blockbuster, and so that's gonna be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.